Thanks for being with us. You with the news. I'm Seher Zama. We're making a start in the controversial remark there that's coming from the All India MIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi, once again giving a communal color to terror cases. He has questioned the NIA probe in the Hyderabad twin blast case. He's tweeted, "Why can't our premier investigation agencies show the same kind of urgency to convict all alleged terrorist cases?" He adds, "Do not be surprised the way the NIA is pursuing those bomb blast cases where the accused are non-Muslims. They will be exonerated because of Achhe Din," is what he questions. Our resident editor Saurav Sanyal has been getting us further inputs on this. This of course coming in, this nature of tweet coming in just a day after Yasin Bhatkal was given the death sentence there in the special NIA court there in the Hyderabad twin blast case. Asaduddin Owaisi of course making that comparison with respect to the Samjhauta and Malegaon case there as well. It's clear what he's indicating here. Saurav.
In fact, Seher, these are the tweets that Owaisi has put out, and here you see that one after the other there are three different tweets that Owaisi has now put up, and Owaisi has gone on to question the role of the premier investigating agencies. This is his Twitter handle from where the tweets have been put up. Here you can see clearly, and Owaisi has gone on to question the way investigations have been carried out. He has raised questions on the way NIA has been functioning, how our premier investigating agencies have been functioning, and Owaisi at the end of it all has given a completely communal spin. He has tried to, to read the verdict that came out with respect to the Hyderabad blast case yesterday, where Yasin Bhatkal and 4 others were convicted for their role, for their involvement in the Hyderabad blast. He has tried to give it a completely communal spin. So Asaduddin Owaisi, if you read through his tweets, the point that he is trying to buttress is, are there different sets of rules for different sets of people? But this has given rise to a bigger question, because this has not only kicked off a huge political fight, it has also raised serious questions as to whether it is really right to question the way the courts have been functioning, how the NIA has carried out the investigations all so far. He has gone on to refer to the point that multiple other cases which are still pending, for which investigations are still on. In fact, in his tweets, Seher, he has gone on to mention about what would happen if in case an accused is found that he is a non-Muslim, so will the same set of rules be applied to him as well? He says that why can't our premier investigation agencies show same urgency, mind your words, show same urgency to convict all the alleged terrorist cases. Demolition of Babri Masjid has been pending since 1992. So in one stroke, he has not only given it a completely communal color, Seher, he has also tried once again his best to corner the government, to try and project the image that the government at the center has been really trying hard to ensure that non-Muslims are not targeted, and the entire investigations are conducted in a way so that only Muslims are proven guilty.
Yes, we're getting in several political reactions on this, Saurav, as well. Of course, the BJP has completely slammed this remark, saying that it's shameful for the manner in which you have terror cases being given a communal spin there as well. This is not the first time, Saurav, of course, he's made this kind of a statement. Even in the case of Yaqub Memon, he was one of the voices who had spoken out in support of him.
Well, absolutely, and you rightly pointed out this is not the first time that Owaisi has tried to give this communal spin. But the fact of the matter is, look at the timing of the tweets. These tweets, which the printouts which we have been putting out for our viewers. Now, these tweets clearly point to the fact that Owaisi is definitely trying to give it a communal color. He's trying to polarize. He's trying to polarize people of the country. The court pronounced Yasin Bhatkal and 5 others guilty. The sentencing happened yesterday. They were sentenced to death. Right. So on those lines, within 24 hours comes out.
Absolutely. Stay with us, Saurav. Let's get in yet another voice there from the BJP, Ms. Shaina Nc with us. Thanks for being with us, Shaina. The manner in which this statement is being seen, no two ways to look at it. It is clearly giving a communal spin to terror cases.
Well, not only has Mr. Owaisi belittled himself, but he has made terror into a very trivial issue at a time when he must understand that this is not a vote bank plank where he is out to make a political one-upmanship statement. This is about hardening terrorism, and these terrorist revelations have come by the highest investigative agencies of the country. Now, if you're going to undermine and question the validity of the NIA in this country, I think we'd be almost in an anarchy. So I really think that Mr. Owaisi needs to take his words back and needs to understand that agencies that are working independent of the government to contain terror is an issue which the entire country supports.
Right, Shaina, it's no surprise that when he makes this comparison, he's of course referring to the Samjhauta and the Malegaon cases there as well, wherein which the accused with the NIA after a certain time of investigation saying that there's no proof that was found against them. He's alleging this was only because they were non-Muslims.
Firstly, when it comes to Samjhauta Express or Malegaon, please understand that Sadhvi Pragya was also behind bars and nobody intervened because there is something called the process of law. But for him who's trying to paint a color to terror, it's most unfortunate because we all know how Mr. Owaisi operates and how he plays to his vote bank. It's important to understand that in the 21st century you have agencies addressing terror, and it is not individuals' opinion that counts when there is conclusive evidence.
Shaina, many thanks for speaking to us. The BJP, of course, completely slamming this remark. We need to get in some more voices from across the political spectrum on this, but largely being seen as a shameful remark here on giving a communal spin to terror. Saurav, of course, we've been seeing how similar such statements have been made by Asaduddin Owaisi in the past as well. He's been slammed unequivocally across the board each time he makes such statements.
Well, absolutely, and this is very, very unfortunate. This is where politics in India is going down to Sahar, and that is the most unfortunate part of the story. In fact, if you just go through his Twitter handle, Owaisi's Twitter handle, you'll see not one, not two, but actually he's put out 4 tweets in very quick succession. First one, he talks about 2013 Dilkush Nagar blast. He says, accused all get conviction, Mecca Masjid blast, Ajmer, Dargah blast, Malegaon blast, will NIA get conviction in these cases? Then he goes on to say, he goes on to ask a direct question, says, why can't our premier investigation agencies show same urgency to convict all alleged terrorist cases, demolition of Babri Masjid pending since 1992. So he's stoked ahead of Uttar Pradesh elections. He's brought in Babri Masjid once again into the picture, the Babri demolition. What he goes on to say further is that he says the Dilkush Nagar bomb blast accused can be convicted in 3 years. But why is it taking so long to convict in the case of Mecca Masjid, in Ajmer, Malegaon blast? Can NIA throw some light? And then finally, where he's actually taking a dig at Prime Minister's pet coinage of Achhe Din, which he had used before the elections. He goes on to say, do not be surprised the way NIA is pursuing those bomb blast cases where accused are non-Muslims. They will be exonerated because of Achhe Din. So he's raising a direct question over there. So on one hand, he's hitting out at the BJP, he's hitting out at Prime Minister Modi. He has polarized the entire, spectrum, so to say, ahead of Uttar Pradesh elections. And he's also once again stoked fresh controversy by bringing in not just a communal spin to this Hyderabad case verdict, but also, reviving, as it were, the Babri Masjid demolition case.
Also, sort of, given the fact that he's tried to pull in the Babri Masjid case on this as well, while talking about terror blasts, terror cases where lives were lost, and equating that to the Babri Masjid demolition.
Well, absolutely. So that kind of exposes what really Owaisi has in mind. Owaisi is trying his best to project it in a different light, a light which should not just be read in terms of a verdict that was given by a court after the investigation was carried out in the case since 2013.
Please stay with us. A voice that's coming in from the Congress now as well, Ms. Priyanka Chaturvedi. Thanks for being with us, Priyanka. In your view, how should this statement be seen?
No, I would just say that Mr. Owaisi and RSS have learned to play this dangerous game of dividing the country into 2 religions on the basis of religion. On one hand, we had NIA trying to dilute cases against somebody in Maharashtra, and in Malegaon case where Rohini Salyan went on record to say that something like this was happening. She was under pressure. And now you have Mr. Owaisi coming up with comments like this. It is extremely unfortunate that activities which happen against the nation by people who do not seek good for the nation are finding themselves protection through these political entities who think by dividing these criminals into religion, they can get away by such statements. It's extremely unfortunate. Allow the investigating agencies to do a free and fair investigation, and whoever deserves to be punished should be punished.
Okay, but it was on the basis of that investigation that the NIA had stated when one of the accused in the Samjhauta blast, there was no proof found against him.
No, that is something that we can always discuss and debate whether what Rohini Salian went on to say was incorrect or incorrect. What happened in Malegaon, was the investigation changed midway or no? That is something which needs to be probed. But what I'm trying to very clearly say here is that using NIA or using such sentences against people or convicts while dividing them into religious groups is extremely, extremely unfortunate. Anyone working against the interests of the nation has no religion, has no...
the Congress slamming it as well. Please stay with us, Priyanka. A word there coming in from Mr. Ajay Alok from the JDU. Thanks for being with us, Mr. Alok. In your view, this is effectively politicizing the NIA as well and also giving a communal color to cases of terror.
No, let me tell you one thing. Now the media will seriously have to ponder whether you should really have a discussion on comments of Owaisi.
Okay.
Because people like Owaisi, they are in a habit of making this comment. They will see each and everything. They will see every light of the sun by the prism of, the communal device.
No, but Ajay, it's important to slam it as well, as you would agree, to have voices from political parties such as yours, the Congress and the BJP, to be heard slamming this nature of statement.
Obviously, you cannot support all these people. I mean, now he's blaming NIA. Yesterday he was blaming the whole demonetization process as an in player of communal thing. So putting everything in communal prospect is just not good. I mean, here is a guy who sometimes fails to acknowledge India as his own country. Then in the same breath he says that ye hamara mulk hai. He keeps on shifting his goalpost. And to discuss him because he has made certain comments about NIA, it's just to give him more publicity and to make him more relevant. So I think it's high time that we should stop making him relevant anymore.
Okay, that being of course the view there that's coming from the JDU. Ajay, it's also the manner in which he's brought up previous such cases, of course referring to the Samjhauta and the Malegaon, saying that is the NIA going slow on them because those who've been accused, nabbed in this case with investigations on, belong to another religious community.
Let us not forget that whether Samjhauta or Malegaon or any blast-related cases which NIA is investigating, the Supreme Court is having an eye on it. So there is no question for any premier investigating agency for people like us to doubt why they will do so. Even in the UPA regime, Mr. Owaisi used to say the similar thing. So I think it should not be given due importance and just forget it.
That being the view there that's coming from the JDU, best to ignore those remarks there that are coming in from Owaisi, Asaduddin Owaisi, the MIM MP and the MIM chief there, once again making yet another controversial, damaging statement there in giving a communal twist to cases of terror. Not just that, Priyanka, if we in fact read out all his tweets, he's clubbed all the terror cases and pulled in the Babri Masjid demolition of Ayodhya as well on the same plate.
No, this is extremely dangerous politics to play with, and I quite agree with Mr. Ajay Alok. The more we discuss someone like him, someone who talks in such a divisive manner, the more we are opening ourselves to be divided as a society, as a nation. We saw this happening with RSS. There have been questions about how NIA was asked to go slow or witnesses cases were diluted, which again, like Mr. Alok is saying, is under Supreme Court watch.
Right.
It would be a probe looked into. But, questioning every sentencing that happens, questioning every conviction that happens, questioning every punishment that comes across people's way, people who have harmed the nation through their acts, I think is deplorable, and I think Mr. Owaisi really needs to rethink if this is the kind of politics he wants to play.
Right.
Considering the country is moving towards economic growth and prosperity, this is not the politics he should be playing. He should stop playing the politics of the BJP and RSS.
And on that note, we leave it on that. Many thanks, Priyanka, for your view. Ms. Priyanka Chaturvedi of the Congress, Ajay Alok of the JDU, Shaina Nc of the BJP speaking to us, and our colleague Saurav Sanyal with those updates.